Bruh, this boss is actually impossible. You know what's harder than this boss? Being 20. I'm serious. When you're in your 20s, every decision feels like it matters, because it does. Not in a dramatic way, not like choose wrong and you're doomed, but in a cumulative way. Small choices every day stacking up. And most people, they're making the wrong ones. Not because they're stupid, because nobody told them what the right ones look like. So today, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to tell you exactly how to destroy your life in your 20s. Step by step, full guide. And if you're smart, you'll do the opposite. Step 1. Trust the system. This is the big one, the foundation of all future failure. When I was 18, I did what I was supposed to do. Graduated high school, enrolled in community college, picked a major that sounded practical, computer science, because everyone said tech was the future. I sat in classrooms, took notes, did the assignments, got decent grades. And every single day, I felt this emptiness, this voice in the back of my head saying, this isn't it. I ignored it for a year. Because that's what you're supposed to do, right? Push through, trust the process. The system knows better than you. The system doesn't know you. The system doesn't care about you. The system was designed by people 50 years ago to solve problems that don't exist anymore. But if you trust it, if you do exactly what they tell you, you'll wake up at 30 with a degree you didn't want, debt you can't escape, and a job that pays just enough to keep you from quitting, but not enough to actually live. That's step 1. Trust the system. It works every time. Step 2. Compare yourself to everyone. This one's crucial. You cannot destroy your life properly without it. When I was working at GameStop, 2017, I was 19, I'd scroll on Instagram on my breaks, see people from high school. They were at universities, studying abroad, starting companies, looking happy. And I'd feel this pit in my stomach, like I was falling behind, like everyone else got the instruction manual and I missed the delivery. So I started making decisions based on that feeling. What would make me look successful? What would impress people? What would make the Instagram photos look good? Not what would actually work, what would look like it worked. Spoiler alert, looking successful and being successful are two completely different things. I watched friends chase titles they didn't want, take jobs that made them miserable, post about their hustle while crying in the bathroom, because they were comparing, always comparing. Here's the thing about comparison, it never ends. There's always someone richer, someone hotter, someone more successful, someone who peaked later but peaked higher. If you build your life on comparison, you're building on sand, and sand shifts. Step 3. Avoid boredom at all costs. This one sounds harmless, it's not. When I was 20, I couldn't sit still, couldn't be alone with my thoughts. Every spare second had to be filled. YouTube, Netflix, games, social media, anything to avoid silence. And because I was never bored, I was never creative. Boredom is where ideas come from. Boredom is where you figure out what you actually want. Boredom is where you think. If you fill every gap with noise, you never hear yourself. I see kids now, 19, 20, and they can't go 5 minutes without pulling out their phone. Waiting in line, phone. Commercial break, phone. Walking between classes, phone. They're not bored, ever. And they're also not thinking, not questioning, not wondering if there's another way. If you want to destroy your life, destroy your ability to be bored. Fill every second with content. Let algorithms decide what you think about. Outsource your curiosity to people who profit from your attention. Works every time. Step 4. Take risks without understanding them. This one's tricky because risk is necessary. You can't win without taking chances. But there's a difference between calculated risk and just being stupid. 2020, crypto was going insane. Everyone was getting rich. I threw money at anything that moved. Dogecoin, Shiba, random NFTs of cartoon apes. Did I understand any of it? No. Did I make money? For a while, then I lost half of it. Here's what I learned. The people who actually win, the ones who keep winning, they understand what they're betting on. They've done the research. They know the downside. They have a plan when things go wrong. The people who destroy their lives, they bet on vibes. They see something going up and assume it will go up forever.
They hear this is the next big thing and throw their savings at it without a second thought. Risk without understanding isn't courage, it's gambling, and the house always wins. Step 5, forget why you started. This is the one that got me. When I started messing around with all this stuff, crypto, markets, the darker corners of the internet, I had a reason. Freedom. That was it. I wanted to be free. No boss, no schedule, no one telling me what to do. But somewhere along the way, I forgot. I started chasing bigger numbers, more money, more deals, more risk. Not because I needed it, but because it was there. I'd wake up at 3 a.m. to check charts. I'd stress about positions. I'd lose sleep over transactions that in the scheme of things didn't matter. I had the freedom I wanted and I turned it into a different kind of prison. Dave, the guy that taught me most of this stuff, he saw it happening. He said, "You're building a cage and calling it a castle." I didn't get it then. I get it now. If you forget why you started, you'll end up exactly where you began, just with more anxiety, more tired, more trapped. Step 6, ignore your body. This one sounds obvious. Everyone ignores it. When I was 22, I lived on energy drinks and fast food, stayed up till 4 a.m. every night, never exercised, never went outside unless I had to. I felt fine for a while, then I didn't. Anxiety, brain fog, weird elf stuff I won't go into. Nothing permanent, but scary enough to wake me up. Your brain runs on your body. If your body's garbage, your brain's garbage. Doesn't matter how smart you are, how good your plans are, how much money you're making. If you're falling apart physically, everything else falls apart too. I'm not perfect now, still stay up too late, still drink too much caffeine, still forget to eat vegetables, but I remember that my body is the only one I get, and treating it like garbage is a long-term investment in misery. Step 7, go it alone. This is the last one, maybe the most important. When I was 20, I thought I had to figure everything out myself. Asking for help felt like weakness. Admitting I didn't know something felt like failure. So I struggled alone, made mistakes alone, almost broke alone. Dave, the guy that taught me most of this stuff, he wasn't just a teacher, he was a check. Someone who'd been through it and could say, "That's stupid, don't do that," before I did it. I didn't appreciate that until after he got caught, until I was actually alone. You need people. Not many, 2 or 3. People who've been where you're trying to go. People who'll tell you the truth even when it hurts. If you try to do this alone, you'll make every mistake there is to make. And some of those mistakes you don't walk back from. So that's the guide. Trust the system, compare yourself to everyone, avoid boredom at all costs, take risks without understanding them, forget why you started, ignore your body, go it alone. Follow those steps and I promise you, by the time you're 30, you'll be exactly where you started, just more tired, more anxious, more trapped. Or you could do the opposite. Question the system, ignore the comparisons, get bored on purpose, learn before you leap, remember why you started, take care of yourself, find your people. I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you what I wish someone had told me. Even Pixel knows, and she eats her own vomit sometimes. I'm 27 now, not old, not young, somewhere in the middle. I've made almost every mistake on that list, still making some of them if I'm honest, but I'm still here, still free, still figuring it out. And if you're in your 20s, feeling lost, feeling stuck, feeling like everyone else got the manual and you didn't, you're not broken, you're just early. Anyway, Pixel's staring at me. That means she needs to go out. Or she's judging me. Hard to tell with her. Go do something useful. Or don't. You're cool.